And you? Has it always been easy for you to speak and live freely your sexuality as today?
No, no. I mean, I've been very privileged in that my parents are very supportive, and you know, when I came out at 18, my parents reacted very well. But even still, I think the biggest battle is quite often with how you were socialized and how you were brought up and what you see on television, and how that tells you what is correct or what is right and what is wrong. And when you grow up, like I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and there was no queer people on television. There was no...
You were the first one in 2003, Australian Idol.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about just after. But who are you? Are you Shane Jenek or Courtney Act?
I'm both of those people. I'm both Shane and Courtney. It's kind of, it's not really like, it's like, well, it's like sexuality or gender. It's like a spectrum. And Shane's at one end and Courtney's at the other, and we sort of like flow through all the different colors.
Yes, because I've heard you talking about, I see in stories that you define yourself as pansexual, gender fluid, and polyamorous. What does it mean?
It means that I'm open to whatever happens. It means that for me, pansexual means I'm attracted to people of different genders. I'm predominantly attracted to men, but I have been with women and trans people, and I don't sort of limit my sexuality to, I don't know, anything. I like to leave my options open. Gender fluid means that for me, you know, there's the gender binary of man and woman, and it's very rigid, but I believe that gender is on a spectrum. I mean, you know, in our lifetimes, you know, pink was for girls and blue was for boys. Social, yeah, but you know, at the beginning of the century, pink was for boys and blue was for girls, and that's changed. And so for me, being gender fluid is that I recognize that gender is a construct, and that boys can be feminine and girls can be masculine. And then polyamorous just means that I don't believe that love is like cake. It's not like if I have this much cake and I give you a slice of cake, it means that there's less cake. It means that, you know, I can love more than one person at once.
And what are the main differences between Shane and Courtney?
I mean, Courtney's got bigger hair, more glamorous clothes. It's more fun to be Courtney.
And mentally?
Mentally, it's the same. I think the big difference mentally is that people react differently to both of us. So as Shane, I'm sort of well, I guess as Courtney, it's an event. Like, it's colorful and it's glamorous, and so people are kind of like, what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do? And also, like, with regards to sexuality, like a lot of straight men treat me very differently as Courtney than they would as Shane. Like, as Shane, they might be like, all right, whatever, mate. And as Courtney, they're sort of like, how's it going? And so that sort of dictates how I react to them.
On Drag Universe, I know we talk about created character, right? So how is Courtney Act 1?
Courtney's not really a created character. Like, there's no like hard line. Like, I could be sitting here as Shane and we'd be having the same conversation.
Okay.
So there's no, for me it's more about an expression of my gender, a different expression of my gender. For a lot of drag queens, like for someone like Bianca Del Rio, you know, she's a drag clown and she's a comedian and she's on stage. But for me, you know, my line is a lot more blurry.
How do you define yourself if you have to put a word, a social word? Drag, travesti, gay, bisexual, straight, pansexual?
I mean, any of those and all of those. Except for straight. Definitely not straight.
Okay.
Salut, c'est Sam. Retrouvez toutes mes interviews people sur ma chaîne Sam Zirah.